Time to see how I expanded the second floor and the roof of my town hall. So, in the couple of previous videos, we expanded the basement and the first floor of my town hall. Then we also built the Lego office set that would serve as a parts pack for my town hall build. With those new parts, I could start planning the second floor of the town hall. I decided to kind of sketch the walls with a single layer of brick at the start, and then add in all the doors and furniture pieces. Most of them came as such from the office set, but some were built specifically for the town hall. This way I could easily see how it would look complete and test if everything could fit in without committing building the walls. So let's take a closer look of that test build. Here you can see the current state of my Lego office set. Most of that detail is now in my town hall. I used all the glass panels with blinds to create a glass wall. And then when you enter the second floor, first you can see an art piece on this landing. From this door you can enter to the secretary's room. It's a small room, so I had to create a smaller desk for her. The mayor gets the bigger room and a bunch of interesting details from the office set. It is kind of a tight fit because I wanted that the mayor will have his own door to this boardroom. Mrs. Human Helper actually built this boardroom table with that tray of goodies on top of it. The boardroom also has another door on this side of the stairs and a sofa from the office set. And the final room on the left is an archive room. I combined the two bookcases from the original library build to form a double-sided bookcase. I also placed a photocopier and some other details in this room. That looked kind of nice, right? I also used the details from the office set to add to the first floor of the town hall. I replaced the original corner table with this more detailed one from the office set. I also added a couple of desks and other details to this room. Apparently Dwight from the office works here. And I still need to add some details to the other side of the first floor. The cafe still looks quite empty. Next, I tiled the boardroom floor with some tiles. This design comes from the original build. And I also managed to build the interior walls from white brick. That used pretty much all the white brick that I had available. The next step was building this tan back wall. I just copied the design from the first floor, but I added this window here in the middle. Then I did some work for the tower. Originally the tower had these windows in the front and doors on either side, but I moved the door to the back and put windows on the side walls, and of course the clock to the front. I need to order more white windows, apparently. I also added these G-slope details to the back corners too. Originally they were only used in the front corners, probably because of part constraints, but now I had more parts. I modified the roof so it can be detached, but I am not happy with the added height. Perhaps I could remove the plates under those tiles. The second floor is now sort of finished with these placeholder walls and plate and tile layer on top of the walls. But I'm thinking of removing this plate extension here. The stairs used to connect there, but as there is no stairs anymore, it doesn't serve any purpose. And with those extra plates removed, it looks quite a bit better. You can see into the boardroom more easily. Even without the stairs, there is still a roof access. You need to use the ladders in the archive room. Of course, there needs to be a hatch in the roof for the ladders, and I used this original design from the assembly square. I also added a couple of gray steps there to make the climbing easier. One of those steps is built onto the wall section, and the other is built into the roof section. And finally, the roof was completed, or at least the platework part of it. I still need to continue this railing. I also managed to use all of my skylight bits. The secretary gets the smaller skylight, and the mayor gets the bigger one. And now the railing around the roof is complete. I sort of extended this central design onto the sides with small modification. Now they are more of a decorative pieces than structural pieces. The edges are the same as in the original alt build, and I moved the skylights a bit for a more central position. I think it looks quite nice at this point. I had to remove part of the wall in order to continue the tiling work. I don't have enough tiles to finish this, but at least this helps me to count how many I'm missing. I also modified these railings so that the one-stud extension to the side is part of the top floor. It makes placing it a lot easier. Next, I'm gonna tile the archive room, even though I don't have enough tile for it. But once again, I was able to tile it partly. This helps me to count the missing ones. I also extended this central window, and I added a couple of art pieces there too. I think this larger window fits this building better. I also managed to do some modifications for the tower. I sunk the side walls in one stud. Somehow without it, it just looked wrong, but I think it works better now. I also removed the plate layer, and now it only has tile layer there, so there is not that much added height there. I also decided to do some modifications on the backside of the tower roof. Once again, I was not limited to an alt build from a single assembly square set, so I could do some improvements with extra parts. Final part of the tower build was adding these stairs that lead to the door. And now it is all complete. With the interior of my town hall pretty much detailed, I could cram up all the rest of the details from the office set to the basement. And this is how the basement currently looks. Pretty much all detailed, even though detailing the basement was not a priority at this point. I added this large water tank there and wrapped the existing details around it. There is some sort of storage room in the center and a small office in here. I also built more of these small bookshelves, and I added all my stickered and print pieces on top there. And a bit of storytelling added. There seems to be some sort of a diamond and cash stash hidden here in the boiler room. Probably the criminal has snuck in from that access hole there. Forgot to mention that I changed the bricks under the tower that were black to dark gray. Those match with the overall color of the building better. And that completes the build at this point. Any further work on the town hall would require some extra parts. I can start the work on the town square around the town hall with my current parts, but to finish that, I would need a whole lot of extra parts too. But we will start that work in the next video. You can expect that next video ASAP, but remember, when a Sloth says that, it means as slowly as possible. Bye bye.